Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me today. My name is Doğuş Binek. I am a second-year PhD student in Business Administration and Management. I'm currently studying at St. István University in Hungary. My title is Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises Within the Circular Economy, Challenges and Opportunities. Me and my classmate Kaula Muandi wrote this together. So let's begin. Here it is, my contents. Research questions, aim of the study, what is the circular economy, SMEs within the circular economy, circular economy challenges for SMEs, circular economy opportunities for SMEs, conclusion. What is our research questions? Which are the main challenges of circular economy implementation in SMEs? Which are the main opportunities of circular economy implementation in SMEs? What is the impact of the circular economy on SMEs? Aim of the study. This study aims to understand the concept of a circular economy and increase knowledge about the challenges and opportunities of implementing circular economy for SMEs through a systematic literature review. For the purpose of the study, a systematic literature review on the approach towards circular economy of SMEs, a complete research of the Google Scholar, Web of Science, Science Direct, and ResearchGate databases on the literature available on circular economy and SMEs has been conducted. Data collection consisted of searching the keyword circular economy, SMEs, sustainability, green SMEs, and all of the combinations of them. What is the circular economy? The circular economy concept was first introduced at the end of the last century. The first scientific papers on the topic were published in the 1980s. After that, it received increasing attention from scholars. Many definitions could be found in literature around harmonizing economic growth and environmental protection. Circular economy has been described as an industrial economy that relies on the restorative capacity of natural resources and aims to eliminate or at least minimize waste, utilize renewable sources of energy, gradually ending the use of harmful substances. What is the difference between linear economy and circular economy? Circular economy is fundamentally different from a linear economy. To put it simply, in a linear economy, we mine raw materials that we process into a product that is thrown away after use. In a circular economy, we close the cycles all of these raw materials. Closing these cycles requires much more than just recycling. It changes the way in which value is created and preserved, how production is made more sustainable, and which business models are used. These aspects are explained in more detail. Linear economy traditionally follows the take, make, dispose step-by-step plan. This means that raw materials are collected, then transformed into products that are used until they are finally discarded as waste. Value is created in this economic system by producing and selling as many products as possible. On the other hand, circular economy follows the 3R approach: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Resource use is minimized, reduce. Reuse of products and parts is maximized, reuse. And last but not least, raw materials are reused, recycled to a high standard. This can be done by using goods with more people, such as shared cars. Products can also be converted into services, such as Spotify selling listening license instead of CDs. In this system, value is created by focusing on value preservation. So it's important to investigate the link between SMEs and circular economy, since the development of circular economy strategies by these companies can contribute to make economy more competitive and sustainable. Why SMEs? SMEs represents 99% of the enterprises in Europe, consisting of under 250 employees, and they are generate two-thirds of the jobs in Europe. They are playing important role in economic development all around the world. But implementing circular economy approach in SMEs requires that numerous barriers to be overcome. Considerable amounts of literature has been published on the barriers that companies face to implement the circular economy. Based on the review, barriers have been categorized as follows. Company environmental culture, lack of technical and technological know-how, the lack of information, awareness, education, expertise, and capital, the lack of support from the government through the provision of funding opportunities, laws, and regulations, effective taxation policy, lack of support from supply and demand network. Barriers under company environmental culture refer to the habits and attitudes of the company, manager, and employees towards implementing circular economy business practices. For instance, in many SMEs, the manager is also the company owner with a significant say over the strategic decisions of the company. In this respect, some SME managers may have a positive attitude towards the circular economy, while others may not. Attitudes and behavior of employees fall under the same category. Working for an environmental consciousness company may motivate some others are more unaware or how to change business as usual operations or may even perceive green practices as additional workload. Financial barrier. The cost of green innovation and business model has been extensively cited in the literature as one of the major barriers to the adoption of circular economy. Smaller a company is, the more difficult to understand and assess different funding options, such as European support programs, mainly due to staff and management restrictions. When it comes to the bank financing, SMEs and especially very young small business face difficulties in obtaining the collateral or guarantees required by the banks, which often consider SME financing a risky business. Lack of government support and effective legislation. Lack of concrete, current, and strategic legislative framework often impairs SMEs' consideration of integrating green solutions in their operations. For example, in Europe-based legislation, there is no current definition or classification of the waste materials, thus inducing limitations on cross-border transportation of waste. Lack of information, technical skills, support from the supply and demand network. Lack of suppliers and customer environmental awareness is widely recognized as a discouraging factor in the existing literature. Customers' purchasing decisions are partly influenced by sustainability criteria. Their fulfillment is not usually regarded as a high priority, and small businesses have a little influence on their suppliers' engagement in sustainable activities. Many SMEs don't have the technical capacity to identify, assess, and implement more advanced technical options that would enable them to reduce their environmental impacts while releasing cost savings. Lack of technical and technological know-how can hinder SMEs from transforming their linear business model into a circular one. Linear technologies are widely established in the current business practices, keeping the economy locked into its current form. Transforming business as usual operations would require new sustainable production and consumption technologies to be integrated into current linear business models and competent professionals to be able to manage them. The demand for environmentally friendly technologies is often quite low, and the technical capacities are inadequate. Lack of technical know-how may result in SMEs adopting linear technologies and business models they are familiar with, and depending on their suppliers' suggestions for innovative, innovative technical solutions. So what is the opportunities for SMEs in circular economy? Sustainability of the enterprise, recovery of the local environment, cost reduction and financial profitability, increase of prestige, competitive advantage as consumers seem to expect higher quality sustainable products, increase information sharing through enhanced information management technologies and platforms, job creation and entering new markets. From the organizational perspective, by following circular economy principle, companies may be able to achieve brand benefits, protect and strengthen their image, and enable differentiation, cost reduction, and expected profitability. Market share benefit and receiving operation for taking eco-business principles are listed among the top drivers to adopt circular economy among the automobile industry, for example. Conclusion. Implementing the circular economy approach in SMEs requires that numerous barriers to be overcome. SMEs often lack knowledge about circular economy business operations, and many SMEs do not consider being green as a priority, but that doesn't mean that SMEs are against greening their business. Their main priority is on their core business operation. Greening their operations may be interesting for them if it supports their core business. That means we should use the terms like cost reducing than convincing them to join to circular economy. Policymakers are required who comprehend the issues and challenges faced by SMEs. Policymakers who are capable and ready to influence policy support towards providing solutions for SMEs. And SME management needs reasonable and clear communication on the regional level in order to know what the problems could be and where to turn to solve these problems. We need to provide sufficient resources and networking opportunities for SMEs, so that way they can explore the benefits of circular economy opportunities themselves. And for that purpose, we need powerful government agenda, various programs designed by policymakers to encourage SMEs to think and act differently. Thank you very much.